Yo guys, what's going on? It's Lewis here with Crypto Elite, and I'm going to make a market update video because things are not looking very good right now. I'm pretty much exiting all of my long trade setups, and I want to go over the markets as a whole. Also, I'm going to be going over, my current trades as well, long-term, short-term swing trading and short-term trading and everything like that. So, getting right into it, this is the total market cap. Oh yeah, before actually let me scratch that. Before I get right into it, I want to say this is probably the last this is the last video of this type that I'm going to be putting out there, because I'm going to be putting out videos that are just super high quality, way better than these type of things, and a lot more people can get behind them and actually understand them. But these type of videos, I'll keep on making these type of videos, but I'm only going to be making these type of videos and uploading them to the VIP group in the Discord, which you can find in the description below. So if you want more of these technical videos, you could join the VIP. I'll upload them there. But as far as uploading these to YouTube, I'm not going to do that anymore. It's too because they're not popular on YouTube. It's too technical. And yeah, it's just, that's the way it is. Plus, I can make like short little videos and just upload them to the Discord, and it's way easier than trying to make these super long videos and edit them and do everything that I need to do in order to make it look decent for YouTube. But like I said, I have some absolutely killer, just such banger videos coming out. So they're just being edited right now. And with saying that, now we could get into the actual, total market cap or markets. What is this? Why am I having a brain fart? Market review, market analysis, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. Anyway, first we're going to start off with the total market cap, because that's what I always start off with. And if you look at it, you could see that we did come up, and we were just shy of the all-time highs, which we reached back in November, right? And then we had a nice big dump, followed by a big move up. And, if you're being honest with this, these are bearish long wick candles, and it does not look good on the weekly time frame. Today's Tuesday, so it's, 2 days into the work week, or 2 days into the week for this. And it's really like this doesn't look good, in my opinion. The saving grace is let me go back to the weekly time frame, and let me get rid of this, and let me bring the MACD up. Oh, never mind. I was going to say the saving grace is the MACD, but yeah, no. So the MACD doesn't even look good on the weekly time frame. RSI doesn't really look that good on the weekly time frame. Nothing really looks that good in terms of the total market cap. And I mean, I had this level plotted out because it was, like I showed you, it was the weekly high on the 2021 market cap. It didn't get hit. Like, it's really unfortunate it didn't get hit. Obviously, I do think that it will eventually get hit. I mean, come on, we're in a bull market. We're in a bull market. This is the most difficult bull market that's been in crypto, because you've been able to literally in the last cycles throw a dart at the wall and everything goes up. In this cycle, it's really only been meme coins, and not every meme coin, but only a select few like BONK and PEPE and WIF, and those have gone up significantly, while most things have just stayed stagnant, or they went up for a month, but then they just went back down and basically lost 80% of their gains. And it's like, if that's not what happens in bull markets, So yeah, this has been an extremely difficult market to trade. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it at all. And especially if you're in alts, it's like the best choice as so far, just like be in Bitcoin, other than of course like going into PEPE or WIF or BONK or anything like that, right? But regardless, this is the weekly time frame for the total market cap, and I mean, okay, let's just look at it and as a objectively, right? Because that's what we got. That's what this market review is for. And like, objectively speaking, we are in this range where we basically, I'd say this is more accurate. Yeah. So we popped up, snagged it, came down, snagged the low twice, right? came up. This was the original high, but after this all happened, this became the range high for sure. This is the range high. So yeah, we basically went over the range high, although technically not really because it's, you know, the beginning. But regardless, we came back up, boom, boom, tagged it lower high compared to that, equal high, double top, snagged all the way back down to the lows over here. And then we deviated below it. And then when you deviate below it, what do? You target the high. So it's like sort of lame because we didn't even get to the highs, you know, like of the range before we put in this. I guess, yeah, you know, this is basically a double top right here. So yeah, this is a double top again, just like back here. The daily time frame, let's see. This was it right here. This was it right here. MACD, nothing really on the MACD, nothing really on the RSI. On the stochastic, it's down, which is good. So maybe she move up, but I doubt it. I mean, going down to the 12-hour, what does this look like? Okay, another bearish sign right here. Yeah, I mean, this candle was pretty bad. It wasn't terrible for Bitcoin because it only dropped 5-6%, but alts got absolutely decimated. So, you know, for the market as a whole, it's pretty bad. And now we're seeing this just sweep of these highs. I don't think we're going to come back up. I think this might be it. And I think we're going to keep on going down. So I would say that this area right here is the next, this is basically the next area to look for longing opportunities. So let me write this down right here. All right, so, you know, putting this here, this is the next area that I would want to look for longs. If I'm, you know, looking at this chart and I'm looking at Bitcoin chart, I'm looking at all the charts and I see like everything is down at the support and this is down here, then it's good. Other than that, I'll wait until here, and I do think that this is the bottom. I do think the total market cap's not going to go back below 2.1 trillion because I just simply don't think it will. And like no further explanation is necessary for that. But so if it does come back down here, I'll buy it. You know, I'll buy more. I'll basically just go all in because I think I just don't think that, given the BlackRock situation, given the ETF, given everything that, like, fundamentally speaking in the world and the election coming up and Trump possibly winning and all these things, it's going to do that. So yeah, looking at the total, it doesn't look good. Let's move on. Total 2. Okay, cool. So I drew this out, but now, like, I drew this out up here, right? But this is not looking as good as it's like down here as what I thought it would look like. Like, there's still no real, especially after this candle. I don't like any of these candles. So yeah, we got the move down, but I think we're still gonna come down. So, and this is the same thing happened with this. I thought it would at least come up here, but nope, triple topped and then fell, broke the market structure. So you could see right here, boom, support, broke through it, retested it as resistance, and now it's on its way down. Like, we're in a downtrend, right? So the next area that I would look for, it would be down here. Let's say next area to look for longs. And yeah, so we got that, and I'd say this is pretty much the same area. I would think that this is going to be the bottom or very, very close to the bottom if I had to, you know, if I had to guess, if I had to say something. Next area is the longs. So let me actually write that down here. I think this will be close to the bottom. So yeah, I would definitely want to look for longs down here, and that's the total 2, right? Looking at the total 2 on the weekly time frame, though, I just noticed this. If you take the fib from the top down to the bottom, so the highs to the lows, look at the 61.8. Look at that. Look at what happened. It rejected from there and then rejected from there. So yeah. This is also good. This is okay. This is gonna be the area to long. Looking at this chart now, I see it. This is the 38.2. So typically, like what I thought was gonna happen, it was gonna come up here, okay, and it was gonna be rejected, and okay, so I called this perfectly, came down here, boom, got back in, called it perfectly, came up here, but then like this is how it tricks you. It's like, you know, you think this is it, and then maybe it comes all the way back down here before shooting back up again, and you get wrecked when you're long up here, and then everything crashes, right? So looking at this, it's just, it doesn't look good. This is the weekly chart on the total 2 as well, and on the daily chart of the total 2, like I mentioned, this was, you know, broke the market structure to the downside. So I'm bearish on both the total market caps. All right, so let's go to the dominance levels. Look at the weekly time frame for the dominance, and what can we see here? We could see that, all right, the price, if we take the fib from the top to the bottom, the price hasn't reached the 61 golden ratio yet. So this is where I think it's heading to for Bitcoin dominance. And as long as Bitcoin dominance keeps on going up, alts are going to keep on getting wrecked for the most part, right? So we're heading up, boom, boom, boom. The good thing is that the MACD is getting weaker and weaker and weaker, which means that eventually it's just going to be so weak and that the Bitcoin dominance is going to fall. And we're getting, ooh, is this a bearish divergence on the RSI? Let's double check this. Let's just do this right now. No, it's not. It's not. Double click that. Why does it look like it is though? Here to here, it could be. Yeah, what the heck? This is, when is this? October 23rd? And when is this? October 23rd. Oh, so yeah, it is. So here's the top, here's the bottom of the RSI. But it already came down, popped back up, came down again. So, you know, maybe if it was just this area right here, yeah, like right here there was the bearish divergence. So getting short would have been good. But that was all the way back in April 15th, and then things did continue to move up. So, or at least I think so. Maybe they kept on going down. But the dominance level kept on going up. So, yeah, no, this wouldn't have been good. That didn't make sense. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, I think that this is where you want to go into alts, like all in. Obviously, like I'm sure most of you guys are already all in alts, right? Or heavily in alts, but you want to definitely start getting into them up in this area. So let me just write this out here. You want to start getting into them a little earlier than here, but expect them to keep dumping first, or keep dumping before they pump hard. Like, just so once we get up into this territory, then it's like, okay, then it's like you could really start getting into alts, and when you do, it's like basically what I just wrote. Expect them to keep on crashing like pretty hard, but it's either you get in and then they crash hard, or you like try to time the bottom but you don't get it and then they crash and you crash and you're like, oh, I'm so glad that I waited, and then they end up pumping like, you know, 100% and going up higher than where they would, than where the price was if you would have just got in, you know, right here. So you start dollar cost averaging into alts like right here. So literally as soon as this pops back up to like this level, honestly, yeah, like this is it. Like as soon as this pops up like right here, like right above this level, this is when alts I think are going to start to turn around, and you know, maybe we have one more dump, but then I think they're gonna start to rocket. So we're very close. We're very close. Even though everything's shitting the bed right now, we have altcoin dominance is about to move up, because this is Bitcoin dominance, and you know it's moving up. So altcoin dominance is, you know, in the shitter right now. Anyway, we got that down. So now we got Bitcoin, just the Bitcoin chart. Oh, let me write this. Let me write this down. 1 second, because I have an analyst now. Another thing, I have an analyst now who is full time, so he's helping me with the charts. So I write these things down, and then I have an analyst that will look at the charts, and I I'm going to tell him like, okay, when this does get here, when it does reach this area, you have to alert everyone. You have to alert me. You have to alert everyone in Discord. And it's going to be so much better because we're going to get such more alpha in terms of like timing when the things happen. Because a lot of times I chart these out and they just don't, what do you call it? Like they'll hit it, but I don't see it, or it doesn't show up. Like something happens, right? And I'm not paying attention, and then I miss the trade opportunity. But with this, now that I have a full-time trader who is analyst, he's going to help me and with the Discord and put everything out there. So pretty stoked about that. So let me write this down. Go back to the alts here. Here. So start here in dollar. I'm going to say dollar cost average over the next 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Yeah. Boom. All right, cool. So we got that, and save this, and let me just tell him what's up. Oops. Okay. So now let's look at Bitcoin. So looking at Bitcoin, the weekly time frame. I don't like it. I don't really like it. This was the previous all-time highs, or I guess this was the range high. So basically, this was the range high. This was the range low. We went to the range high over here. We went to the range low. Then we went to the range high. Then we went to the range low. Then we went to the range high. And now we're probably going to go to the range low. I don't think we're going to go to the range low. I think we're going to go to the mid-range. That's the weekly time frame. You can see it better on the daily. So here's the daily time frame. And yeah, you can see, clear range right here. We're range bound. So we hit here, we fell down, and then we pop back up. Yeah, maybe, maybe this is it, but I really do think we're going to come back down here. If you take a look, maybe so look at this. We fell below. This is really bad. This is also a reason why I'm bearish. So we dropped and we just went sideways. This usually ends up in a big dump. Bitcoin, this looks the daily, the 12-hour has literally 1 hour left to go. We put in a bearish long wick market structure break right there. Swing failure pattern right there. And it is looking like shit. So yeah, I am out. I'm out. Look at this. Oh, this is telling. Oh, fuck, dude. I'm sorry, guys. This is not good. This is just my opinion, but I do think Bitcoin is about to crash because look at this RSI. It's just flatlined. It's flatlined. Bad. Not good. You want to see it like this. You want to see it bounce. Nice sharp reversal, right? You want to see even. Let's see. There's no other place where it's flatlined like that. There's no other place where it's flatlined. This is. I'm out. Where else is it flatlined? Here. Flatline. And just went down. Until finally, boom. Okay, now there's some life. Here, and this happened. Well, this happened before the pump, so you could tell that even before this pump. Okay, we're back up, but right here, it's just flat, and you get chopped up. You get chopped up to pieces, absolutely decimated right here. It just kept on getting chopped up. And it's flat. So now we got the same thing. It's totally flat. It's actually way worse. Here, so we're either gonna chop around, or we're just gonna keep on going lower and lower, and I think we go lower until 65K. So that's what I think, and then this is 65K is where I think the next area to look for longs will be. So let me write that out. All right, so that's Bitcoin. That's the Bitcoin chart right there, right? So this is the next area I'm looking for longs because it's the midpoint between the top and the bottom. and the range low and the range high. And this is where I'll really just go all in basically into Bitcoin if it falls down here. So that's Bitcoin. What about Ethereum against Bitcoin? Well, unfortunately, we're in this huge. Well, unfortunately, and fortunately, we're in this huge downtrend. And this downtrend happens to be a flag, a gigantic flag. To be honest, it is a gigantic bull flag. Now, the thing is, well, I wonder if you could actually do this. Look at this. It might also be, I don't really like doing that, where I take it from the wick and then to the body and then to the wicks, but this is possible. It is possible that we're, no, never mind, not possible. Look at this. Broke below, yeah, that's not possible. So scratch that idea. That was a stupid idea anyway. There it's stupid. Yeah, no, the original was right. And go back to this. There you go. So yeah, it's in a bull flag, but this thing is I don't even know if you could honestly call this a bull flag because of this giant fucker right here. But it is what it is, and I'm looking at this. Get rid of this. Good area along ETH. Yeah, this is the good area along ETH is down here. This is pretty much it. So yeah, I would do that if it comes back down here. This is the next area. This is a monthly chart, so I need to go down to the weekly chart too. But also, boom. If ETH hits here again, go heavy into ETH. Obviously, this is what I want to do. Let's go down to the monthly chart. So yeah, this would be good. This would be great. This would be great because this area is a big area of confluence. And let me write all of this out before I actually say what it is. Okay, so this area right here is three different things. This is number one. It's the horizontal support resistance flip area. So if we zoom out, we could see that really taking this box right here, this area from here to here, pretty much this zone, get out of here. All right, from 4,000 to, let's just say 4444, right? From 4,000 to 4444, we have support. It fell a little bit below it, but whatever. When it bounced, when it went up above it, and it tapped it as support again. So support, fell down, fell up, somewhat support, but not really right there. But then it did act as resistance, somewhat resistance right there, resistance, and then bounced up. And we haven't hit it yet because this did not tap it. So we haven't even hit it, but it has been support / resistance, big SR flip area. So that's number one. Number two is that obviously it's a liquidity zone. Not obviously, but it's a liquidity zone because we have the lows right here. And take a look at what happens. We have, we made a low, okay, we bounced up, then we fell below the low right here, and we bounced all the way up here, okay? And then here's the new low. We fell below it right there, see? And then it bounced all the way up. Okay, now here's the new low. So eventually we made our way down here and we fell below this low, and then we bounced and we had a bounce, and then we had this low. We fell below this low and then we had a bounce. So maybe we fall down below this low, the liquidity, and then we'll have another bounce. And maybe that'll be the real bounce, fingers crossed. Maybe that'll be the real bounce. And that's what I would hope for. So I'm going to go into ETH and alts, and hopefully this happens at the same time. This comes down, ETH against Bitcoin comes down as Bitcoin also comes down, and maybe Bitcoin hits this area or this area, and also Bitcoin dominance moves up and it's up here, and maybe the total is down here or down here. If all of these things line up, then that would be really, really good. So that's ETH against Bitcoin. This is what I wouldn't want to go into any alts until either this level or this level is hit. That's what I plan on doing. Let me just double check this real quick. Okay, so yeah, going down to the daily chart on the ETH against Bitcoin chart, you could see that this is the 61.8 golden ratio of this move from the bottom to the top and then comes back down. It already hit the 23.6, bounced, the 38.2, bounced, so it's probably going to hit here. And this is where I would look for longs on ETH, on ETH and alts. For sure, this is also the support area, resistance, resistance, support, resistance. So this is a SR flip area as well. And the golden ratio of the shorter term, a big support back here. So yeah, this is definitely a really good area to long ETH and alts right here at 0.4943. And then of course, if that ends up not holding, then this is the area where I would just say screw it, I'm going in, going heavy into alts. But yeah, we're in this range, and we've hit this resistance so many times, right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. It's just this is a big resistance. In fact, it's so big, I should probably make this a little bit bigger. Let me go to style and let me make this line real thick. Okay, boom, there you go. So I got a thick resistance and we got a good support. Oh, I also forgot, maybe if it comes down here, this is the horizontal support as well. So yeah, maybe we got it all. So number 4, sorry, not horizontal, diagonal support. Yeah, this is a really good area. This area would be amazing to get into ETH right there. So yeah, we have that, and that's going to be Ethereum against Bitcoin. So now let's look at Ethereum as well. Just ETH, and ETH looks a lot like Bitcoin, except maybe no, actually not as bad, but still I'm not going to be buying it right now because we had the market structure break. So you can see this was the market structure, boom, 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 support, lower high, and then it crashed down. We tested it as resistance, and it looks like it's going to go down. So this is my opinion. The next area to long ETH is this support resistance flip. So SR flip, and then is this the SR flip and the 61.8. So golden ratio. So let me write that down to 61.8, and yeah, seems about right. So I'll just wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna long ETH until it. If it comes down here, then I'll long it. But I don't want to long it. I don't want to long it right now. I think it's too risky. The RSI is not in the oversold territory yet, so maybe it'll get there. Look at the 12-hour. Oh yeah, never mind. The 12-hour is the same as Bitcoin because it's putting in these indecision candles. But in my opinion, this is bearish. So I'm not really liking. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up. I'm still going to go with bearish. All right, obviously the 12-hour MACD looks better because it's moving up, even though this is lower. So it does have some sort of divergence here. Maybe it'll go like this. Maybe it'll pop up, but ultimately I'm thinking this is it. I'm thinking this is a level. Mostly because of the fact that the was it Bitcoin that reached it? No, it wasn't Bitcoin. It was ETH against Bitcoin that's tapped these. Whoops. Yeah, that's tapped these levels like multiple times. Like that's tapped the golden ratios and stuff like a lot, right? So, whoops, let me do that. There you go. So I will get into this. Yeah, so this is 23.7. Yeah. I think it goes down to 38.2 at least, but I think ETH is going to 3,300. And If it does, and that would be a classic BART looking pattern, you know. If this does pop up, I wouldn't be upset. I would say, oh, okay, well, they got me. You know, they got me there. But I can't really buy. Why does ETH look so much better? Let me look back at Bitcoin is not in the oversold territory for the RSI, but ETH is. Is this RSI the same? 7? Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. Same RSI. Stochastic. Not buying. Anyway, that's ETH. Okay, so we got ETH, we got Bitcoin, we got the dominance, we got the totals. Let's check DXY. Let's check the dollar. Okay, so now I'm looking at the dollar, and the reason you look at the dollar is because it's usually the inverse of Bitcoin, you know, Bitcoin against the dollar. So if you look at the dollar and the dollar is going up, Bitcoin's usually going down. And you could see right here over the last 2 days, the dollar has gone up, like quite significantly. It had this huge move up. And actually, if you look at it's probably on the 3-day charts. No, maybe the 2-day charts. Yeah, so the 2-day chart shows that this is actually a really bullish formation right here. I thought it was going to come down to this yearly swing failure pattern right here, but it didn't. But it did come down to this is a pretty big support area, resistance, support, I guess you could call it. So yeah, it's between like here and here, and basically now it's at the mid-range, so you don't really know what it's going to do. But I think if we're going to count on it continue going up, because it had a lot of catalysts for it going up, like right here. Let's go to 12-hour. So like looking at the 12-hour, you can see that the RSI printed a bullish divergence. Even on the daily printed a bullish divergence right here, and the MACD also a bullish divergence. Those are really powerful. So yeah, it had to move up after it, but usually they're so powerful that I think it'll probably keep on going up, which is not going to be good for Bitcoin or crypto in general. So I would think that once it hits this area right here, then that would be a good time to get back into crypto, and that lines up with everything that I've been saying so far. This, of course, is where I say start to gig along Bitcoin and crypto as the dollar falls, because I do think that if it does come up here, which is the 61.8 HOLO ratio of this entire, move down from 2022 all the way down to, July 2023. Sorry, this is October 2022. So basically right when the bull market started in October all the way to July 2023. And then if it happens to come back up here, that's when you want to really, make sure you get in. Let me just double check this to see if it fell down, where it fell down to. So this is did it fall down to this area? This is the 61.8. Just above it. I don't think it tapped it. Yeah, it did not come down exactly to the 61.8. Just missed it. So, unfortunate. But yeah, that's the dollar crypto bull run right there. Really nice bull run right there. Get rid of that. Clean it up just a bit. And yeah. All right, so it's in no man's land. You can't really say anything. All you could say is that it's either going to come up here or go down there. But just wanted to do that. So the big thing though is meme coins, because meme coins have been what's been going crazy, right? Okay, so because of that, because meme coins have been going crazy, I think we should look at them. So looking at the meme coins, I'm gonna start with PEPE, because PEPE had the biggest run up. Sort of crazy to know that PEPE had the biggest run up, because I feel like it was around for a while before it really popped off. Let me just check this real quick. Is this? No. Oh, maybe it wasn't around for a while. Oh, I guess it did only come around May 2023. Oh yeah, May 2023. So I thought it was May 2024 for a second. But where are we here? Here it is. So Pepe, yeah, I mean, damn, Pepe ran nearly 2,000%, right? So 1, 2, 3. This is this might be the fifth wave up. If this is, then you would take the bottom from basically here to here, and then whoops, get out. What is this? Get out of here. Nope. And then this would be the bottom, but that's if this is the bottom, and it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's possible. And then the other bottom would be obviously this one right here, which would be right there. And this is very clear. This is definitely one that's you should pay attention to. I think this area right here, just because of the fact that you can see it's the SR flip, it's the bottom of the range. Yeah, I think Pepe comes back down to here. I would bet on it. I would bet Pepe does this. So I think that the play would be this right here. Something along the lines of this. Yeah. So I like this as a possible play. And I think I'll do it. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a good thing. Let me just double check this real quick. So what you could do is you could look and you could see 23.6, the 38.2. Yeah, this lines up pretty well. How about if you have this right here? No, this is it. Yeah, this lines up the best in my opinion, because you could see that the price came down to the 23 right here, pumped up, 23, pumped up, fell down to the 38, pumped up, 38, pumped up, and now it's probably gonna, and it came down here to the 50, pumped up, might come down to the 50 again, do something, whatever, and then eventually right here, and this will be the best trade. So let me write that down. Okay, so I figured out what I'm gonna do for Pepe. I do believe that it will come down here, and when it does, I do want to long it. But before it does that, because I think it's going to come down here, why don't I short it? So I have orders in from basically here all the way up to pretty much here. So the average is like right here. And I have my stop loss right there with the take profit right there, because I want to capitalize on the move down, and then hopefully I'll get the move up and I'll capitalize on the move up. So yeah, that's Pepe. And that's it. That's against USD. I also have Pepe against Bitcoin, and you could see it went, totally berserk, absolutely crazy, and can't really do anything about this now. So I like Pepe against Bitcoin. If you take the fib from the bottom to the top, you can see that it tapped the 61.8, which is pretty cool. And so maybe it'll do it again from the bottom to the top. And 61.8 is right here. So we got that. And if this happens to come back down to this area, then would be a great place to get to possibly buy some Pepe for a short-term bounce. Maybe something like this. We'll see. Okay, so next up there's BONK. And for BONK, you could take the fib from bottom to top, and this is where the 61.8 is. And the thing that I don't like about this is that it actually already hit it. You can see that, and popped up. So we got a really good trade, and this was a solid nearly 20%. And now it's on its way back down, and the whole market, I think, looks really bad. So I don't really want to get in on this again, because to me, this was basically the bounce and I think it'll come back down. So for this, I think that it's more like a head and shoulders formation. So I predict that it's gonna, I think that it'll, you know, come down here and then come up and then do something like this. So that's the way that I would play it. Let me double do this right now. This is a really good level. So level to into BONK right there. And here, let's take the fib again from, that's the thing about this one. It doesn't really have a good area. So I think right there, it's close enough to the 78.6. So yeah, I think I'll do this. Unless maybe we could bring this down. Maybe go to the 12 hour and use the 12 hour instead. Yeah, it's a 12 hour. So I think this would be a good, yeah, something. This is a 7R trade. Really, really good. 5% stop, 35% move up. So this is something that I would take for sure. All right, so we got BONK, and next up, well, that's BONK for USD. We also have BONK against Bitcoin, which looks, man, this looks really bad. It's probably, I think, gonna pull a very similar situation, you know, like something like that. So, oops, let me get rid of this, and let me figure this one out. This is BONK USD. No, this is against Bitcoin. Oh, let me go to current ideas only. Well, then what is this? BONK is at the 61. No, delete that. I don't need that. Okay, so let me do BONK real quick. Yeah, I think this is what's going to happen. So I'll just have to look at this, you know, at the same time as this hits down here. Hopefully it also hits here against Bitcoin, and then things will pan out the same way, you know? Moving on, we got Brett, and Brett is a coin that I'm starting to short because obviously it had this huge parabolic run up, which is awesome, but this is a pretty, like a really big triple bearish divergence right here. And on the 12 hour, it already started going down, and then this popped up for the swing failure pattern to sort of solidify it and stop everyone out who went short initially, and or went short down here, right? And so now it broke below this trend line on the 4 hour, you know, the shorter time frame. And I think that it will come down to, I think it'll come down to the 61.8. Maybe not from here, but I do think probably to here, which is why I'm putting this trade on where I'm just like selling. I'm selling any pumps up, and I will buy it. You know, I'll buy back right there. That's the main thing. Yeah, that's the main thing that I'm doing. So I don't want to buy. I'm not buying it. I'm gonna wait until it comes down here. This is one though that I would definitely want to buy on a major dip because of, like, look at this. Look at what happened. This is 1 week. Okay, this is literally 1 week. So here's the deal. Like, I'm taking my profits on my short fairly early, but this could fall back. This could fall down to there. Like, it could definitely fall down to there on the weekly time frame. And if it does, then that's definitely going to be a big, definitely going to be a buy. So I don't know if I'm going to put 100% of my trading account into it if it falls down here, but definitely going to put a lot in. So I'm going to put here like Going in heavy, basically. 61. I'll say 61.8 of entire move up. Going in heavy. Yeah, there you go. So that's it on the weekly. This is a daily chart. If the question is like, do you take it from here or from here? If you take it from here, then this is pretty much it. It hasn't even started to fall yet. On the daily, it hasn't even broken the structure to the downside yet. It hasn't created a bearish market structure break. On the 12-hour, same thing. Like, it needs to break below. It needs to break below here before it makes the bearish market structure break. So I think it's going to do that, and then I think it's going to pop back up, and then I think it's going to just continue to make its way down to right here, and then I think it's going to go up from there. So maybe if I get like a better entry after it breaks this area right here, then that will be really good. But until that happens, sorry, like basically what I'm saying is I'm getting into shorts right now, and then once it breaks here, because this is the 4-hour it already broke right there, but the 12-hour it didn't break there. It didn't break yet. So once it does, then I'll try to compound somewhere up here even more. Or hopefully it just pumps up and I get all my fills and then it just dumps. That would be the best. Anyway, we have this. Not really much else I could say about it. I mean, maybe it'll hit that. I don't know. Not really caring too much about. Like, no. Maybe if you do that, yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was like. So that's why I think that I don't think it's going to come back up above here. And it's a good trade, 2.37R. So Brett's USD. How about Brett against Bitcoin? Brett has just been completely dominating Bitcoin for quite a while now. Totally destroying it. 12-hour. This is, yeah, same thing, basically. Hitting 61.8 of up. Boom. So we got that. If it comes down here, I want to get in. Same thing. If it comes down here, I'd want to get in. Maybe here would be good as well at the point at the 10-cent mark, because that's the 50% and it's big round number, big psychological number, and it's like where some action happened. But we'll wait and see. I mean, who knows? Maybe it just pumps all the way back up from here. I doubt it. Then we got Bitcoin. Dogecoin. Looking like shit, like usual. Absolutely disgrace. Hate it. Let's see here. With resistance, yes. Is this the support? Yeah. Yeah, I'd say this is the, yeah, I mean, this is support. It's come down into here multiple times. It's wicked down, continues to wick down into this area. That makes me think that this is not the 61.8. I don't know why that is like that. This is the 61.8. So this makes a lot more sense. And if we put it like here, need to bring this down. Need to bring this down here. And get rid of this. Get rid of the alerts that's on here, because it does not make any sense. And I do think that it could come back down here and pump back up again. I don't know if it'll pump back up here. I was waiting for this to pump because of Elon Musk, doing the whole X.com Twitter payment thing, but I've given up on that after a year, sadly. Lost out on a lot of opportunity cost, had a big opportunity cost, because I was just waiting on it, and it never happened. So, and then against Bitcoin, it's just, yeah, it's looking so bad. Gotta delete this. Gotta delete this stuff because I don't think it's gonna pump back up there. I think it's just gonna I think it's gonna pump up to here. This is probably gonna be the last. It's probably gonna be where it ends up pumping to before dumping back down. So I'll take profit there if I decide to get into. Yeah. One thing that I like about Dogecoin is that it always seems to do the same thing, which is to go below the support on the Bitcoin pair and then pump up from the liquidity zone. So it's probably going to do that. I would assume it goes like this. That would be my hope. Would be all that I wish for, is that if it does something like that. So yeah, I'm going to keep this like this for Doge. Floki. What do we got here? Weekly chart for Floki went absolutely gangbuster. Yeah, came up to from the bottom to 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I mean, that was it. Came back down to 61.8 and then 38.2, and then eventually actually surged even higher. Super rare. So now Floki's in this type of, it has the support. I don't think the support's gonna hold. I think Floki's gonna come back down. The question is to where. And if I had to guess, this is it. Let me get rid of these things down here. This is obviously support right there, which is great. But yeah, I think this is a double top for Floki. Triple top? Can you count this as a triple top? Maybe it came back. It already did, basically. I was gonna say maybe this is like head and shoulders. But yeah, it looks like it might already be, because it fell all the way down here and then pumped all the way up, all the way back up. I doubt it comes all the way back up here. Obviously, I think the obvious play is that if it comes back up here, then you sell it. So I'll put a little red box in here, but I think that this is not gonna happen. Yeah. Yeah. This is definitely like the biggest area to sell. It never came back up. It never came back up to this area, so I would definitely want to sell it if it does, or short it if it does come back up here. I just don't know what I would do because it hasn't reached that area yet. Maybe I could put in like a small order, and then where would I take my profits though? That's the question. Maybe probably something would be something like this, I would think. Yeah, it would be something like that. But then I would ultimately I'd try to get it here. That's what I would do. Yeah. Looking at Floki against Bitcoin, very similar to the Floki chart against USD. It's Floki went absolutely crazy, gangbuster against Bitcoin, came back down to 61.8 and then went ham. So maybe it'll do the same thing, but I am more prone to think that it's going to do something like this, pretty much exactly like what I think it's gonna, what I think will happen with the hell. Okay, can you give me a position? Guess not. All right, so I guess that's not gonna work, but something similar to what's gonna happen with the USD pair. Could bounce from there, or it could, do something like that, which I think is the more prevalent thing. And so I want to sell it here, and Maybe and take my profit here, but I don't want to buy back until down here. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Let's look at GROK. GROK is Elon Musk's, well, it's the AI coin for that Elon Musk is working on for X.com. So I do think that buying anywhere in here is a good idea. Yeah. I don't know if I would take my profits there. I would lower my take profit zone now to here. So that only really, I mean, it gives you 166%, which is still good, but yeah, this is what I would do for GROK for sure. And I think it's a good coin for GROK against Bitcoin. This is my level. Yeah, this is the level that I have for GROK against Bitcoin for sure. This is the level I have for it to take profit zone. And entry zone. So yeah, that's what I feel like is for GROK. Now meme, don't really know what's up with that. So that's meme against Bitcoin. Meme against USD. Different story. Once again, we'll lower my take profit to here. Yep. So this is support. Resistance. Boom. POPCAT. 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 Damn. Look at this. I called this. I knew it. I called this. I knew it was going to go. Anyway, right now it's at support, so can't sell it now. But also don't want to buy it because I think support will break. Because we are in a downtrend. Lower high, lower high, lower high. Where's the next lower high going to get to? I don't know. But this will break. I'm almost certain of it. Let me do this real quick. Yeah, this one was such an easy play. Such an easy 40%. 40%. Fuck. Yeah. Anyway. I think POPCAT might be done. I think a lot of these are done for now. For now. I think they will come back. But yeah, looking at this. This is where I think it's heading to. Right there. Long wick can't. Yeah, these are some long wicks. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna sell mine. I'm gonna sell mine. Okay, so we just went through a ton of meme coins, and I recorded the first part of this video last night, and now I'm onto, it's the next morning. So I'm going to keep on going, and you can see we are getting a nice little bounce here. So that's really good. I wonder if this hit? No, it didn't hit yet. We're getting a nice little bounce, but I'm still under the assumption, or I guess the analysis, that I want to do swing longs once Ethereum comes down to 3,300. So I don't want to get into really, really, really big swing long positions until we're down here. It's possible that this is the bottom. We were extremely oversold and we are getting a nice little bounce. But going back to what I was talking about earlier in this video, okay, so we did get this. It did come down here, but yeah, just going back to Bitcoin. What a fake out for Bitcoin. Yeah, 65. So the midline for Bitcoin is 64,300. So it's like, this is the area where I would want to look for longs, is like this major support zone and stuff like that. This right here, we're getting a bounce off the 38.2, it looks like, but I don't think this is going to sustain itself. I think it's going to go up. I do think we're going to come back down to hit 64.5 and eventually 63. This is really the area. And you know what? I was looking at down here, 61. If we get down here, this is most likely the bottom, but I think that this is the area where I would much rather look for longs, not just on Bitcoin, but for pretty much any and all coins, because when Bitcoin does turn around and pump, then the other coins also should actually move up just as or a lot further, or a lot more, which you could see this right now in that Bitcoin over the last since the start of the day is up 0.17%, 0.17%, and a lot of these other coins are up 5%, 6% already. Sharkcat up 8%. Hell yeah, let's go. So I'm just going to I'm in a few, scalps right now, but nothing too crazy, because I'm waiting for ETH to come down to 3,300, ETH against Bitcoin to come down here, and a few more things. But this bounce, this is obvious. Like, the small bounce that we're getting right now is pretty obvious, considering that we are hitting the 38.2. So of course we're going to be bouncing from there. But the question is, is it going to be sustained or not? Personally, I don't think it will. I don't think it will be. I'm staying in my short position. Like, I'm in a short position, like I mentioned in Brett. I'm staying in this one. I'm staying in short positions for other coins as well. FLOKI looks decent, pretty good. Obviously, like right now, we're getting these bullish long wick candles at the supports, which is really good. So this is what I'm talking about. It's like you could scalp and get like 5 to maybe 10, even up to 10%. But ultimately, I do think we come back down. So I'm going to continue going through these. So let's take a look at this right now. We got POPCAT. This was the last one that I went over, right? So where's the daily chart? Here we go. So on the daily chart, if you take the fib from the bottom to the top right here, we have the 61.8. And we're just now hitting it. So I do like it. I do like how we're hitting this golden ratio right here at the SR flip area, big SR flip area. So I think that POPCAT does have, there is an opportunity to long right now. I think that it will move up. I think that it will come back down and we'll retest these areas again and maybe go lower. But right now it looks really good because we have on the 4 hour, look at this, bullish divergence on the RSI. You have bullish divergence on the MACD. Okay, you have a long wick, bullish long wick candle at the golden ratio at the support. That is like a really good trade. Really good trade setup. So I put on a long position, a long scalp right here, basically right where we are. But I'm only targeting like 5%. You know, I'm literally targeting like right here, like nothing too crazy. Even though we could, you know, potentially go 15-20%, even maybe even all the way back up to here just to get this liquidity right there. You know, that's totally possible. I could see that happening, but I'm trying to just be more conservative because ultimately I'm waiting for Ethereum. Even though Ethereum looks really good too, I also opened up a long on Ethereum because we got this long wick right here, all these bullish candles after this big move down. So I opened up a long and I'm trying to take my profit like right here at 3,500 or a little bit below 3,500. So we'll see what happens with that. So yeah, looking at the bigger picture though, you know, looking at the bigger picture, I'm gonna put in something right here and say longing opportunity. Let's see, bullish daily bullish OB. Look for longing opportunities. Look for longs. I'll just say look for longs, right? When it comes down there for POPCAT. This would be really good. So boom. Same thing for POPCAT on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess it already hit this. I guess it already hit it. Yeah, look at POPCAT against Bitcoin though. It fell below, and now like it fell below this triangle right here, and or you could call this a head and shoulders, and you know that means it typically falls pretty low. So at this point, you might as well be in Bitcoin instead of POPCAT or instead of a lot of these coins, because Bitcoin is outperforming them. So if Bitcoin's outperforming, then there's no point in trying to get into alts unless we're really close to the bottom, and then you could start dollar cost averaging in, and it'll probably keep on going down, and you'll probably lose some money, or your P&L will probably go down initially, but then eventually what happens is alts, they pump like in one day the enough to recover weeks of downtrending markets and sideways markets. So that's why it's a better idea to dollar cost average into them at the lows, or just go all in at the lows, even if it will keep on going lower, because you have a much higher probability of the coin eventually within the next few weeks, once it's at those levels, to pump significantly higher and go much higher than your average buy price. So that's what I'm planning on doing whenever I see, you know, these coins come down to these levels. So we got POPCAT. All right, so next up is continuing through the list of coins. We have SharkCat. And let me just check this real quick. Okay, this looks good. Yeah, we got SharkCat. And this is actually one of my favorite meme coins, and probably the one that I'm most heavily into right now, because, you know, I'm here for the memes. It's all about the memes. It's all about the community and the narrative and everything like that. And I see that Shark Coin has an insane community and the memes are hilarious. So if they could put out these, you know, if they keep on putting out the memes like how they're doing, then A plus to them. Like I'm all about it. So I have most of mine in from somewhere between, I'd say around 8 cents, because I bought a ton at 10, I bought a ton at 6, and so yeah, I'm pretty much in from around 8. So basically break even, but this is like, I think that this one's going to, I'll probably sell it at 18, because I have so much, even though that's only 150% gains, and I want, you know, like 5x on this, but I'm definitely going to sell most of it right here. So let me put that in. So, okay, so yeah, for SharkCat, definitely selling most of it up here. And then the only way I'm going to buy more, because I'm already super heavily allocated to it, is if we fall underneath here and then come back up and then reclaim it. So it would have to look something like that. And then I would be buying like probably right here. And then because I buy right here, it'll probably end up falling down again. But that's all in the future. That's the only way that I'm going to be buying more, just because I'm so heavily allocated. So we have that. And that's SharkCat. Next up, we have Shiba Inu. Yeah, SHIB. So let's take a look at SHIB. One of the huge runners. In 2 weeks, it did 400%. And this is the crazy part. It's like in 2 weeks it does 400%. All these gains happen so quickly. It's like if you're not in it, you basically miss out. Which is why I think it's so important to like get into projects early, and to get into projects when they're flatlined and when they're down significantly, and then just wait, and then eventually, you know, this is exactly what I was talking about. In these two, literally 1 week, this coin went higher than an entire year, nearly an entire year's worth of price action. So you could have bought it a year ago, been down, and if you bought it a year ago, you would have been down, let's see, 78%, and then in 1 week, you're already up. You're up, and it took off all of the losses. It took out all the losses that you had before. So yeah, the SHIB, this is obviously a huge level. Let's see here. You could say here, you could say here. I think this is it. Yeah, I think this is the key level. This is accumulation. So looking at the big picture, this is what I love to do, looking at big picture stuff, this is all accumulation, right? So let me write that in here. In fact, why is this not, there you go. This text needs to be part of my, okay. And then, did we get a manipulation? No, we didn't. Okay, so pretty much this is what I put down for SHIB. I think that if it does come back down here, first off, we'll have this, you know, liquidity zone down here, right underneath this wick. Secondly, this will be a major support. So just drawing it out, you could see, boom, 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 and then maybe boom. I don't know if it does come back down there, right? Also, it'll be a flag formation. So you can see, like, let me actually do that. Flag formation. And also, it'll be the, let's see, what will this be, the 61.8? Okay, so this was the 61.8. This will be the 78.6. Okay, so there you go. That's SHIB. So we got SHIB, and that's it against USD. Against Bitcoin, let me bring this down here. This is obviously the high. This is where I would want to sell. here. So let me double click this. Does this want to work? Sell. Oh my God. Sell here. Against Bitcoin, this looks like this is the daily bullish OB. So I'd probably want to get in here, but that's pretty. Oh wait, this is the weekly level. Okay, maybe there's a daily level. Let's check the fib. Ah, man. I mean, technically speaking, SHIB against Bitcoin, it's retesting this golden ratio for the third time. Double check this. It's not retesting the golden ratio on the USDT pair, though. It's at the support. I mean, I'm already in POPCAT, so I'm not going to be buying anything else. But do I have 3 different POPCAT? This is POPCAT on CoinX, this is POPCAT against Bitcoin, and this is POPCAT against Bitcoin. What is this? Hold on a second. It's the same thing, isn't it? Is this not the same? It's not the same thing? Okay, so we have this. And we have this. It's the same thing. Okay, so let me get rid of this. Go back to SharkCat. We don't have SharkCat against BTC though. SharkCat USDT. BTC USDT. So let's do this. All right, cool. All right. We got the shark. We got the shark cat. All right. Nice. SHIB. Yeah. Yeah. All right, now width. Now we got width. Width to $1. Width to $1. I don't know. One of my favorite traders said width to $1, and now, but thinking about it, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna go all the way down to $1. I think that might be a little bit too much. I think that might be hyperbole. So it's definitely not looking good for WIF though. Looks super weak. I wanted to, you know, wanted to short it up here, but I didn't get the opportunity. One thing that I do know is that if it does come down here, like here, it's a buy, absolute buy. I think I put it something like that. Yeah, like if it comes down to 1.9645, I'm definitely buying it, because that's the major support. That's the big support. Let me write this down here. All right. Okay, so now what I would like to do is go over other coins, because we just went over WIF, right? And this is pretty much what I'm waiting. I'm waiting for WIF to come down here for me to get in, which is the golden ratio of the daily time frame from this move down to this move up, right? It tapped it once, but it has not come down there, which is why I do think that it will come down here. So, you know, anywhere between basically $2 and $1.80 is where I want to load the bags with WIF. And depending on what happens here, maybe I'll wait for this area to get hit. Maybe I'll sell it and then wait for this area to get hit. But, you know, time will tell. We'll have to figure that one out. And then as far as the Bitcoin WIF against Bitcoin chart goes, you could see that we are hitting this zone. Let me just double check this. I think this, if you give it right here, this is 38.2, like, so it came down and tapped it. I wonder if that's the time frame, like if that's a specific time frame that looks really good. No, it's not really. It's not really any specific time frame, but I mean, if we did the 12-hour, it would be basically be here. But these are zones, so you just got to look at the zones. And looking at the zones, if this was the zone, it didn't come down to 61.8 on the WIF against Bitcoin chart yet, but it's nearly there. It's nearly there. So I need to oops, I need to turn this red. And what's the other? It's like if WIF comes all the way, retraces all the way back down here against Bitcoin, man, that would be pretty bad. But okay, so we got that. Now let's go and let's look at Solana, because Solana is a coin that actually was very indicative of the market in terms of, like, Solana was probably going to go down, especially looking at Solana against ETH. Okay, so sorry, Nita, I keep on, like, stopping it and then going back to it, getting distracted, ADHD, you know how it is. But going back to it again now. Let's take a look at Sol. We got Sol. Sol, I think, is important. And I think that Sol against ETH is a good parameter of the market. And so this is something that should be on a watch list, in my opinion. So I'm putting it up here because this was essentially the top, right? Was it? I don't know. Either way. Well, let me see. Hold on a second. Why does that look so weird? I don't know. Yeah, so Sol against ETH. This is where I want to see Sol against ETH go to, right here. When Sol, let me write this down. If Sol, ETH, this level, go into Sol. Go into Sol. That is important. This is important. When Sol ETH reaches right here, this is when you go into. That's when you go into it. Right? And then maybe it'll, who knows? Who knows what it'll do? Maybe it'll do that. Something like that. I don't know. But looking at Sol, we got this. Come on, man. Why are you not working? Okay, here we go. Cool. So for Sol right now, yes, it is hitting the 61.8. It will probably come up to $160. It already came up to $150. It's already up, you know, it's already up 5%. Maybe it'll go up another 5%, 6%. But I'm sticking with my thesis that Ethereum is going to hit 3,300. I'm sticking with it. Why is this the range high? Oh, I see. Anyway, Sol BTC. How has Sol looked against Bitcoin? Okay, well, I could see why this was the top, triple top right there. If this, oh man, if this looks to me like a head and shoulders for Solana against Bitcoin. So, yeah. On the daily time frame, we have this level. I think this is really good. If it hits this level, I think that will bounce just because like it got bought up so much right here. So yeah, I would want to get in on Solana somewhere down here, and you know, maybe it'll outperform Bitcoin by like 10% or something like that, right? So that's what I would look for. Let me, oops. I think if it reaches this level, then that would be really bad, because I think the price of alts will go down. And then looking at Sol against ETH, it's the last one. Yeah, I want it to come back down. I want it to come down and tap this level. It hasn't tapped it yet, and I think it should. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is I want to go over the different narratives, because we went over the meme coins, or at least a lot of different meme coins, right? And the reason why I did that is because they've outperformed everything and have been better than Bitcoin. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the perpetuals, and I'm going to check to see, have any of them outperformed Bitcoin? If they have, then I will, or do any of them look bullish against Bitcoin? If they do, then I'm going to mark them, and you know, they will be on my watch list. If not, then I don't even want, I literally like want nothing to do with them, because I'm trying to trade altcoins to get more Bitcoin, right? So this one right now, DYDX. Okay, this has just been totally decimated. It had 3 weeks, it had 1 month of just being amazing, and then it just totally has sucked the entire time, right? So the only way that I want to get back into DYDX is if it comes back up above this level, well, not this level right here. So I'm going to write that down. I'm going to say, if it comes back above here, that, and I'll make it capitalized, if it comes back above here, that is when I will be interested. And I'll just say, until then, don't bother. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at for DYDX, and I will label that as red. So then this one, you know, there's no need for anything to happen with this, so I don't even need it on my radar. Next up is GMX. So this obviously did not work, but this is what I'm talking about. So this was GMX against Bitcoin. This is down, and then I wrote needs to get back above here, then can start to long with more confidence, right? So it came back above here, and then it came back down and then popped up again. And this was the only time right here when you could actually get into this coin and think like, okay, I think it's a good time to get in. Every other time, it was not worth it at all. And then it ended up breaking down. So once it broke down back below it, then it just, there's no point in holding GMX. So you could delete literally all of this, and yeah, just delete. It's like, why would you want to be in this? There's no reason to be in this. This is the current range from here to here, right? So maybe if it does some bullish stuff over here, that might be a reason. But until that happens, there's just no point. There's no point. Let's look at GMX against USD. So once again, delete, and delete. Not even gonna bother, right? No point. So PERP against Bitcoin, same thing. Look at this. Look at how crazy this is. Yeah, this is not happening again. This was it. This was the only time this was able to happen. It's just not happening. So, yeah. At least this one keeps on having big pops up randomly. So because it does have these big pops up continuously, and this is a pretty decent support, then very similar you could say, go down to the daily and say if it comes back above here, can look for longs. All right, and let me I wanted to do something with this. Oh, right. Once this, yeah. Then that is when so if it comes back above here, that is when I will be interested. That is when you, whoops. That is when you can look at the USDT pair. Okay, let's copy. This one's so bad that there's no point in even looking at it. This one, here we go. Same exact thing. So we could write that out, label it, and yeah. How about VRTX? Nah, nothing. So no, not even worth looking at. At least this one is going sideways now, but it doesn't look good, so no point. AGIX. Oh my god. Look at that. This is where I was going to sell it. This is where it came up. All right, well, let's look at. All right, so this one obviously has had major pumps. Continuously major pumps, and it beat out its 2021 high, which is great. So because it did that, it would be one to look at. However, AGIX is, I think AGIX might be part of the FET ocean, and what's the last thing that's going to be in the ASI token? Let's see here. Yes, AGIX. Yeah, FET, AGIX, and Ocean is going to be the Artificial Superintelligence Alliance. So ASI network and the ASI token, that is going to be launching July 15th, 2024, which means that AGIX and FET and Ocean are essentially, they're probably just going to go down and go into oblivion. And so there's no point in buying AGIX ever again. So you actually don't, I'll keep it, but I'm not going to put anything, on this list, because I'm just gonna buy the ASI token when that comes out, So you can delete. All right, and yeah, delete. I'll keep it on the charts in TradingView just to look at it, but it's not worth it. There's no point, since ASI is going to come out July 15th, which I need to absolutely put alerts in. So I'm going to do that, actually. So I'm just going to put it on the Bitcoin chart. Why not? July 15th, daily. Let's go to the daily. And right here, actually, I don't need a, should I put it on the Bitcoin chart? Might as well. ASI, artificial super intelligence token launches, and whoops. All right, style. All right, text. Yeah, will be a great token to buy. All right, so now that alert is in there, all of everyone who's in the paid Discord will get that, and they'll be notified that it's going live and to buy it. Okay, so now we're moving on, and we got AR, and this one actually is pretty good. Let's just take a look at this. I mean, this is a good example of when I said when I say, like, once it reclaims a certain level, that's when you want to get interested, because this would have been the level, right? It just down. Actually, hold on a second. This probably would have been the level, and then it's like, once it reclaims here, that would be a good, is what would make it interesting, right? And if we went above it right here, and then the next level would have been right here, so came up and it did get the retest. But this is on the weekly, so you wouldn't use the weekly to make any trades. You would use the daily. Looking at the daily, you could see that, finally it did break above it, and yeah, you could have gotten filled, right here. So on the retest, on the daily, so even on the even on the 12-hour, this was a clear SR flip area right there. So for AR against BTC. Going back to get to the weekly though, let me do this. Yeah, really powerful uptrend for this coin. Only recently it's gone down, so AR, doing great. Where is where's the USDT chart though? That's all right. This needs to be up here. All right. So yeah. Wow, look at this. This is crazy. This really did amazing. All right. So it's like, what now, right? Range highs. Range lows. Yeah. That looks right to me. Hold on a second. Yeah, needed to make this another color because it didn't make sense. I couldn't see it very well. And this one, yeah. This makes more sense. This makes sense because it fits, going up, it's good, obviously. But then if it creates a bearish divergence, then, which I don't see any on here, but if it does, then once it turns red, then that's bad. So makes more sense. And then once it goes down, that's obviously bad. But if it creates a bullish divergence, then once it turns yellow, then that's good. And looking at this, this looks like a good trade setup. I mean, ticks my boxes. Daily time frame. Bullish divergence. RSI, stochastic RSI, both in the oversold. Maybe bullish pattern. This is definitely something that I'm looking at right now, and I'm thinking to myself, that if I'm a systematic trader, I should absolutely buy this, right? I mean, it just looks so good. Yeah. Give me a second here. Okay, so I just put in a trade for this. And the reason I did it is because the daily time frame of this coin against Bitcoin is like so good. Massive bullish divergence on the MACD, RSI and stochastic on the RSI in the oversold territory. It's at the 61.8. It's hitting it for the first time, which is great, as opposed to, you know, hitting it multiple times. So against Bitcoin, it looks great. And then against the USDT, this is the major support resistance area, right? And is this, I think it's the 61.8. 61.8 right here. Yeah, boom. It is. Okay. And on the daily, pretty much the same type of bullish divergence on the daily. And same thing with everything in the oversold territory. So yeah, the daily time frame, and daily time frame is a high time frame. So the fact that it's doing this on a high time frame chart, that prints bullish. This ticks off so many boxes for me. So, oh yeah, and on top of all of that, it pumped up above the huge resistance line. This is a really good trade. So I go down to the 15-minute chart. I'm looking at this. It's like, the question is, I mean, I put orders in from here down to here, and I mean, I really hope it gets filled, because if it doesn't, I'm gonna be so pissed. But this is it. Maybe what I could do is put like one order in right now, just to get it filled, like a very small order, and then have the next one. But I mean, what's the point, you know? So I have orders here, I have orders here, and I have orders here. So I'm really hoping to get like one wick down to here, and then pump up, and then right here is my take profit, because this is right underneath the 38.2, plus right above or right at this big resistance zone. And I'm only going to take partial profits here, 50%, and then let the rest ride, because if the daily chart is, you know, accurate, then it's a daily, so it should form, this should be the bottom. This should really be the bottom, and it should just go up, down, up, like something like that. I don't know. Maybe even back to all-time highs. But yeah, this coin, AR, this is definitely a coin that needs to be on the radar for sure. I mean, look at what it's done against Bitcoin. It's outperformed Bitcoin since February. It's a great looking chart. I mean, not since February, since, holy shit, since October. Why have I not been looking at this? You know. So yeah, if it comes down here, major support. Buy it. No. Yeah. Definitely doing that. Definitely doing it. I think it comes up to at least here on the Bitcoin chart. Crazy. So that's AR, right? Please, dear God, come down, get my fills, and then pump. That's all I'm asking. So I could make up some of the losses from yesterday and today. Next up, we got ARKM, ARKM. And when I did my analysis last week of all of the coins that have outperformed Bitcoin, ARKM was actually one that was on the list. So this is another one that I would want to look at, because since February, you could say, January, basically since the beginning of the year, it had this huge run up. Yeah, it did fall, you know, did have this gigantic fall down. Unfortunate. But it recovered really nicely, and not looking as good as the others, I would say. But yeah, hit the level, and it's still better still better than most, you know. I mean, I showed you guys the the other charts, just abysmal, total abysmal, right? Maybe just forming some type of huge triangle before it pumps and breaks out. It's possible. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this on the radar for sure. So the other question is, what? It's in a downtrend. It is in a downtrend right now. But this is the liquidity zone, and it is the support zone. I just don't know what to write on here. I think I'll just write, you know, big. I'll just write support, not major support, because I don't know if I would really count this as major support. I don't really know what this coin doesn't really have a major support. This is the only support that it really has, to be honest. But that's against Bitcoin. How does it look against the USDT? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Oh, snap. Okay, so never mind. Yeah, against Bitcoin, it has the bullish divergences as well. So, okay, this is something to look at now that I'm noticing. All right, so what's it look like against ARKM? How far back does this coin go? Okay, so this was just made in July 2023. This is not like this is a fairly new coin, so that's why it's doing so well. Okay, I see it. I see you. ARKM. This is the one that I want. Pretty much, yeah. I could use this one. So weekly time frame. This is where I really would rather purchase it. It's down there. Daily. Tough call. So maybe even here, this even here is better. Okay, as much as I like it, I liked the other one way more, because this is sort of a weird, I mean, you could say this is the, you know, bullish order block. It's bouncing off the bullish order block, and that's good. But compared to this one, I just like that. I think AR is better. I think AR looks better. Both will probably go up, but yeah. So I'll mark this red. Mark this red. Now let's look at FET. So FET. So yeah, basically FET, like the other ones, Ocean and AGIX is going to be merged, right, to form ASI. So I'm not going to be buying any FET. No point in doing that. But I want to keep it on the chart just to look at it. So I'm just going to put it there. Next up, what do we have here? Glimmer. It's not as bad as other charts against Bitcoin. That's, at least it has that going for it. So there's something here. There is potential with this coin, right? There's potential with this coin. And I do think that this is probably a good coin to look at. Huge run up, 260%, right? So wait a minute. Oh, it's at the weekly level. That's why. All right. So this is definitely a triangle, right? Yeah, pretty much. So is it gonna go down or up? That's always the question, right? This doesn't look as good as the other ones, right? Because there's no bullish divergences, and the RSI wasn't in the, or it's not in the oversold. So I'm not gonna take this. I'm not gonna trade this. But if it does come down into this, I think if it comes back down here, it would probably be a decent long, a decent, yeah. I do think so. I do think that's the case. So could be a decent long that will outperform BTC soon. Yeah, I'm gonna just stick with that. Okay. And then I'll also obviously put something here. I'll be like sell it all. This gets red. This one, I think this would be the level that I would want to get in. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. All right. Cool. Shame. Okay, so now we're looking at helium. I don't think it's gonna come back up to this level, to be honest. But looking at it, it's back at the supports. This got some major hype. I wonder if it could outperform Bitcoin again. Just don't know, you know, how would you know? It's pretty bearish, but okay. Yeah. I think H&T sort of just got lucky with like some news, with the news that came out. I have a feeling it's going to just not perform again and just, you know, keep on going lower. That's what I think. No point in even looking at this. Damn, IOTA had such potential. It's dead. IOTA is dead. I think IOTA is so dead that I'm just going to delete it. What's the point? This is an interesting chart. Definitely an interesting chart because it's doing something against Bitcoin. It's not just straight down like a lot of the other ones. Like this chart sucks. This chart sucks less. It sucks less, but it still sucks. Maybe, yeah, maybe it pops down here. Oops. Okay, so this is a very interesting chart because you could see that it's in this range. It's in this huge range. And it keeps on out, it does on a weekly level outperform Bitcoin like consistently and by quite substantially as well. Look at January, let's just look at January 21, January 23. What happened in January 23? Right here, January to March, January, February, March. I think a lot of things might have outperformed Bitcoin in January, February, March of 2023. What happened in January 2024, or excuse me, February 2020? Wait, what? Oh, that's 21. Wait, what am I? That's 21. Oh, snap. Yeah, it's pulled the 10x. January 2021. And this is January 2023 to March 2023. And this is January 2024 to March 2024. So from January to March, it seems like that's always what's happening. It's always doing very well. So maybe January 25, it'll pop up again. It's coming down to a key level. That is true. I think this is one to look at, but look, yeah. Definitely can't put too much into here though. It's not liquid at all. cool. What is LPT? I don't know what this is. Do not even know what this is. But it did reclaim a key level. So it's possible. This is actually pretty good. It's actually, yeah, this is not bad. And, all right, it's doing, wow. This is crazy. What is this? Let me go look at what this coin even is. I've never heard of it before, but it's doing phenomenal. Okay, so I looked it up, and this is actually it's called Live Peer. So you can see that Live Peer, right? This chart looks super healthy. It's probably gonna get above all-time highs again. And it Live Peer, it's actually really cool. It's a video platform that lets you stream 24/7. It's a real business. They have real clients. They have real revenue, stuff like that. So I really like it, and I think that if it does come back down to this major support, then that would be a good area to long. I'll look at the daily time frame, and you can see. I mean, this candle is just pretty wild. It's still in this. It's still in this zone, this big resistance zone, you know. So I can't really buy it right now, but I am like I want to. I mean, I definitely want to, but I'm gonna wait. Really need to wait until this this clears, because it's right into resistance, right? So I'm gonna wait until it clears, but it looks really good. And same thing with this. This is, you know, big resistance zone right here. So it's, you know, I'm not gonna buy it when it's in that area, but looks really good, and definitely want to get it if it's you know, if it's there. So let's keep on going through these. Ocean is just like FET, and Ocean, FET, and what was the last one? AGIX. Let me change this. Yeah. In that they're going to merge, you know, so I don't need this, but I just want to keep it on the chart to keep looking at it. PHB against Bitcoin. This is definitely a super interesting chart, because it's absolutely in a looking like it bottomed out since fucking 2020. So this is crazy, because this is an old chart from 2018, right? I mean, this coin experienced the bull market like absolutely insane. This was the bull market, you know, of 2017. That's when it really went nuts. And if you look at it on a bigger picture, it's still, you know, down like in this weird thing. But then all of a sudden, it's like, what happened here? And then what happened here? So I can't really say it's like bullish, because ever since, you know, 2019 it's been in this range, but it looks better than others, at least. So if it comes down here, I'll look more into it. The USDT chart though looks fucking amazing. So if it does come back down here, maybe that'll line up with it coming back down here or down here, who knows, and then I'll get in. Now we have a RLC. This one did some numbers in 2021, but 2022, 2023 hasn't really done much. But It is in this range, so I'll just put this major resistance here and major support here, just so that we have them. Label this red. And then this is RLC against USD. What is going on here? I still think that this is the play. I still think that it should come down here as the to look for the support, you know? Look for stuff. Let me just double. RNDR, render, crushed it since 2023, start of 2023 up till now. Man, what a fucking coin. This thing went up 3,000 fucking %. How wild is that? How wild is that? 3,000% during bear market, basically. This is like one of the coins that you wish you got into, you know? Where are we at? This is where I am. So I'm looking at render, and what can I say, man? What can I say? Wild. I don't know if it'll do it. Don't know if it'll come back down there, but this is where I would want my orders to be. Just wicks, just wicked down there. Even if you saw it within 1 hour of hitting it, where can you get in? Pretty close, close enough. If you got in within, you know, within an hour, you could have gotten in within 5% of the, or maybe like 5 to 10% of the lows. So not too bad. Anyway, let me go back to the daily chart. Let me reset the chart. Let me put this in here. Cool. So this, I sort of want to do that. I sort of want to do this. I don't want to look for, I don't want to short in a bull market. Yeah, I don't want to short in a bull market. So I'm not even going to do it. I'm not even going to put that in there. I don't know what I was thinking. All right. What the hell, man? Why is this closed? Stop closing this. So here it is. Red against Bitcoin. Yeah. This is it against Bitcoin. Oh, I want to do that. I want to use extended ray. That's what I want to use. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I definitely want to wait to see if it comes down here and hits this area. If it does, that would be a really big buy for me also. All right. If it somehow manages to like come down here, instant buy. Instant buy. What's RSS3? All right, RSS3, let's check it out. It doesn't really look amazing. All right. This is a SR flip area, so. Maybe it's gonna. Man, it's from a long ass time ago. Makes sense. All right, now I want to look at Tau. Something that I absolutely love. My favorite crypto. Well, it's a mix between It's a mix. My favorite is a mix between Tau and Ondo. All right, so first off, this is the same exact chart. Tau USDT, BTC USD, Tau TTC USD, BTC. Okay. Stick with this one. Tau against Bitcoin. Weekly time frame. 4 days left, 6 hours. Daily time frame. Is this the bottom? Are we going to see, is this like a double bottom type deal? Is it a good idea to get into Tau now? Probably. Probably. Not gonna lie. Because Tau against Bitcoin looks so good. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think that just buying some Tau right here, right now, just to have it, I don't think you could go wrong. I don't think you could go wrong with doing that. And then if it happens to drop, you know, happens to drop another 12%, buy more. I think that just buying anywhere under like 350 is such a good idea. It's like this is a big fucking box, but I really think that this entire box is just a good area to buy. Because I do think that it will surge again in the future. Yeah. I mean, maybe this is a double bottom right here. Could be. Yeah. So all right. Yeah, I'm just gonna buy some right now just to have it. And I think I'm gonna end this right now so that I can upload this video because it's pretty long. And then I'm gonna just continue going through the coins tomorrow. So I have all of these tokens I need to go through. All of these. I have just like so many that I gotta get through, right? So I'll just continue tomorrow. But we did find some good gems in here. And then also I need to go through this stuff. I have these coins on other exchanges, so let me check AIT. It's pretty good. Yeah, I think AIT is going to move up. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, let me upload this. Let me upload this, and then I will finish this video tomorrow.